What if I told you that the very thing you fear most is the doorway to the life you've been dreaming of? What if I told you that fear is not your enemy, but your compass, pointing you toward the places where your greatest victories are buried? You might argue, no, fear cripples me. It paralyzes me. It silences me. It keeps me from moving forward. Fear has stolen too many opportunities from me already. And I would answer you, fear does not stop you. Your surrender to it does. Fear does not steal from you. It only tests how much you truly want what you say you desire. Fear is not the wall in your story. It is the door. The question is, will you walk through it? There was once a man named Kalin, whose life was ruled by fear. He feared rejection, so he never spoke his truth. He feared failure, so he never pursued his dreams. He feared judgment, so he shrank himself small enough to fit into the expectations of others. And for years, he thought this made him safe. But in reality, fear did not protect him. It imprisoned him. One night, lying awake in regret, he whispered to himself, "Why do I feel so hollow? Why do I feel like I am already dead while still breathing?" And from the depths of his chest, he imagined a voice answering. It was not gentle. It was fierce, undeniable. Because fear is not here to keep you safe. It is here to show you where you are meant to go. You thought avoiding fear would protect you, but it has only stolen your life. You dream of courage without fear, but courage cannot exist without fear. Do you not see? Fear is not the signal to run away. It is the invitation to rise. Kalin clenched his fists, trembling, and whispered back, "But fear makes me weak. Every time I try to move, my body shakes, my heart pounds, my mind tells me I will fail. How can I fight something that feels stronger than me?" And the voice thundered back, "Fear feels strong only because you have fed it. You give it power every time you bow to it. But listen carefully. Fear is a liar. It is not proof that you cannot. It is proof that you must. The door to everything you seek will always be guarded by fear. Only those who step through it discover who they really are." From that night, Kalin began to live differently. He no longer waited for fear to leave. He whispered to himself each morning, "Do not pray for fear to disappear. Pray for the courage to act in spite of it." And he began taking small steps. He spoke when his voice trembled. He tried when he thought he would fail. He faced rejection and realized it did not kill him. He faced failure and realized it taught him. He faced judgment and realized it could not define him. Each time he acted, fear grew smaller and his courage grew stronger. But life is never content with half-forged steel. Just as Kalin gained courage, life threw him into greater tests. He stood on stages, his hands shaking. He risked money he could not afford to lose. He chased dreams that mocked him. Friends whispered, "He has lost his mind. Fear will crush him." Even his own family said, "Stop before you embarrass yourself further. Live safe, live normal." And though their words pierced his heart, Kalin replied, "I would rather die in fear chasing my destiny than live safely in chains pretending I never had one." Years passed, and Kalin transformed. The man who once avoided every risk became the man who could face any storm. The man who once bowed to fear became the man who taught others how to conquer it. His story spread, not because he was fearless, but because he was courageous. And courage is not the absence of fear. It is the refusal to surrender to it. One day, when younger men asked him, "How did you overcome fear when it felt like it would never let you go?" He told them the truth. "I did not overcome fear. I befriended it. I stopped running from it and started listening to it. Fear showed me where the treasure was buried. Fear pointed me to the doors worth opening. Fear taught me that comfort is the true death, and stepping into fear is the only way to live. You must understand this. Fear will never leave you. But if you learn to move with it, you will discover courage greater than you ever imagined. By the end of his life, Kalen was remembered not as the man who had no fear, but as the man who had the courage to act in spite of it. His scars were proof of the battles he fought. His victories were proof of the fears he faced. And in his final days, when asked what his greatest lesson was, he smiled and said, "Fear did not destroy me. Fear directed me. Every victory I ever had stood on the other side of fear. That is why I stand." So what if I told you that fear is not your enemy but your ally? What if I told you that the very thing you are afraid of is the very thing that will change your life? What if I told you that fear is not a wall, but a compass, not a curse, but a calling? One day, if you dare to step through it, you will look back and realize fear never held you back. It showed you the path you were always meant to take. And when you rise, you will whisper to yourself, "Fear tried to stop me, but it only revealed my courage."